Good morning. Man, my heart aches for Team USA right now. Arnie and I are on a walk. Gonna decompress, get our thoughts out. Have not gone live in a while. I don't even know if people are gonna join me. I know my people on the West Coast are probably going to sleep because they haven't slept all night. That was tough. That was so hard to watch. Because the defense was there, man. The defense was there. And Team USA had so many opportunities to score. And they didn't come up clutch like they did in the past. Man, lack of hitting it kind of bit them in the butt in the last game. Hey guys. Hi Abby. Hi Monica. Bree, Aaron. Hey guys. Man, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I know most of you are pulling for Team USA. That was so hard. That's the thing though, like, talk about so many hype up moments, like Janie Reed's robbed home run. Bailey Landry just joined. Bailey knows the power of a great defensive play, and that was the ultimate. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Kazuki! Oh my gosh, my old teammate from Japan. Kazuki's probably fired up right now. So my former teammate, along with Kazuki, is Ari Yamada, the center fielder. She had a great day. Made it interesting in the last inning in center. But I am so excited for Yamada. She is, I think they said she was 39. She's one of the oldest players to compete for Japan. It's just the amount of respect for that those teams have for each other is unmatched. Like, did you see the two coaches bawling their eyes out at the end of the game? Like, the most worthy opponent is USA and Japan. And that game, it was everything. It was everything. My dog's about to poop and I'm about to pick it up while I'm live. This will be fun. But what do you guys think? How do you guys think it went? I really want to get your insight. I mean, just talk about great defensive plays all day. Man, I just can't believe with one out, Janie Reed hit that triple and we couldn't score. Gosh darn it. Like, that was the opportunity to, like, punch it. Like, start off with a bang. But it was pretty clutch, her robbed home run. Like I said, I'm about to, like, pick my dog's poop up, so give me a second. Shoot. The emotions are so high. I have so much coffee in my system, too. Did any of you guys watch the Team Canada game, too? I'm hopeful you guys didn't see what I just picked up. The Team Canada game, that had all the emotions in it, too. It was so fun watching Sarah Groenewegen get the start for Canada. And I think the fun part about that was, well, one, I used to play against her in the Big Ten. Like, Sarah Groenewegen, you guys saw her changeup. If you watched, you saw how good her changeup was. And it was unreal how good it was. Oh my gosh, she's pooping again. Are you kidding me? Her changeup's unreal. Her rise ball, I swear, is faster than her fastball. Sarah Groenewegen, she started off that game hot. And then, holy crap, I got all the emotions watching Danielle Laurie seal the deal. If you guys didn't watch, that's all right. Good morning. But I'm telling you, like, if you want to go watch a dogfight, go rewatch Mexico and Canada, because that was a really fun game to watch. Like, those hitters were smashing balls. Those pitchers were making hitters look stupid. The defense was unmatched. It was so good. That game was really, really fun to watch. Cardin's here. Cardin, your country won a bronze medal. That's so cool. Hi Uncle Gus. Hi Mara. Hi Rusty. Just decompressing. You know, Arnie's now laying down on our walk this morning, decompressing all of the thoughts and emotions that this game brought us this morning. Man, I thought I was gonna, like, go back to sleep, but there's no way. There's no way I can go back to bed right now. My heart is going crazy. How'd you guys take this game? Like I said, defense was there, man. It was there. It's crazy. I mean, so Haley McCleney, my heart goes out to her because she has had the most epic Olympics the most epic Olympics. Like, her performance today does not take into account all of the amazing at-bats that she had earlier in this Olympics. Like, Halo is a unicorn, and I will say it to this day. She is unreal, and Japan, they knew she was coming, and they knew what to throw her. I mean, striking out on that inside pitch, that inside pitch was crazy. Especially that last at bat that she had. Arnie, someone's excited. But yeah, man, they had so many opportunities to score, and I'm sure they're beating themselves up about it. So let's not beat them up on Instagram, on social media. And here's the deal: I posted a lot during this Olympics, and yeah, I defended Team USA because they did get it done when they needed to before this game. Like, they got the clutch hits that they needed to. They didn't get a bunch of hits. I think they were like 250. They're hitting 250 as a team. They got the clutch hits up until that last game. So yeah, I was going to defend them. Because one, I know how hard they worked for these moments. And maybe some nerves got to some of them. But, dude, you just got to tip your hat. Like I said, at the end of the day, the amount of respect these two teams have for each other is like unmatched. It was so fun watching this Olympics. And if you guys don't know, the Olympics actually won't be back in the next Olympics. So the Olympics, or softball, will not be back in the next Olympics, but we're hoping that in 2028, when the US, I believe it's LA, is hosting the Olympics, we're hoping, crossing our fingers, send up some prayers, that softball is back in the Olympics in 2028, because we won't be in the Olympics for the next one. And it really sucks because I know there's so many young girls that like watched this. They watch these games and they're inspired to want to play at the highest level. There may be hitters that are like, man, like I want to show up for Team USA and I want to hit, you know, like I think this is the week where my dreams started to want to see if I could play in the Olympics. Obviously I'm not there, but I truly believe that having the goal, it all starts with watching. And if you maybe missed a game or two, especially that Canada-Mexico game this morning, go and watch it. Because, I mean, I'm inspired by players that aren't Team USA players, simply because of just the way they play and the amount of the respect that they have for the game. So there is so much that young athletes probably learned this week. I got the sweetest message from a mom on Facebook saying, or I think it was Instagram maybe, saying it was so special getting to watch that loss, even the loss, with my 10-year-old daughter, because her 10-year-old daughter is so fired up to play now because she watched the best compete and she can see herself there. And it's a really special thing being able to see young girls and their dreams being inspired by the Olympics. I think it's the most beautiful thing to watch. Hey Brooks, hey Nat, hey Lisa. It's great to see you guys this morning. We're just decompressing after watching Team USA lose to Japan. But dude, Japan is so good. Like, Japan is so good. Like, I've known this ever since I played with a couple girls from Japan. Kazuki, I don't know if you're still here, but you're one of them. And Eri Yamada, so the hitter who actually in 2008 hit the home run to go ahead on USA, she was my teammate. Like a few years later, in the pro league, she came over and played with me in Dallas, and it was so fun playing with her. Her English wasn't great, but I'm telling you, her softball was. She is the most epic player, but I'm telling you, like, sorry, I need to tie my shoe. When it comes to the amount of respect the Japanese have for this game, like, our game is in great hands. And if you knew how much Japan practiced, it would make sense. Like, these players that play professionally in Japan, and even some US players that play there, they know that throughout the week they're practicing 6 hours a day. And then they're staying after for another hour and a half to do some weightlifting and training and extra work. Like, they are so devoted to seeing how good they could be at this game, to where if you saw their barrel control, like, that is thousands, hundreds of thousands of reps going into that. That is hundreds and thousands of like hours that these athletes, especially like a lot of them are older. They are older, they are wise, they are so smart. They play the game so well. They play the game together well. Japan, they deserved it. Like the amount of work they put in to their game, stuff that you don't see. Like Jordan Taylor on Twitter, I'm totally shouting you out right now, Jordan. She used to play in Japan, and she knows like 6 hours of work every single day is of practice. That's what Japan does, and it's just how they play. And man, it would be so cool to one day see, come on, Arn, come on. It would be so cool to one day see the US be able to have some sort of structured professional athleticism like that Japan is able to provide. Man, those players, this is why a ton of US players go over there and play. Like, hey, you be quiet. He hates strollers, and there's a stroller over there. This is why Team USA players go over there. Like, one, they pay really well for their athletes to compete. Like, and here's the deal. I think I remember this, and I could be wrong, but, you know, especially Team Toyota, who's probably, like, the best Japanese team, excuse me, I think they compete and they play for, like, 9 months out of the year, and the other 3 months out of the year, they actually somehow work for Toyota. So, like, the team that they're representing, that they're playing for, in their off season, they still work, and they work for the organization that hosts them, or that they play for. So Team Toyota, obviously a car company, those players, those other 3 months are actually working. Like, the amount of respect, and just, what's the word? I don't even know if it's respect. I think it's just like the amount of passion, one, that they play with, but also the amount of pride, that was the word, pride that Japan has for their country. Like, it all makes sense. Anthony's here, Jenna's here. Hi, Katie. Katie's my photographer for my wedding this week. Well, Kristen is, but hi, Izzy. Hey, guys. Izzy, how are you still? Oh, wait, I thought you were the Izzy on the West Coast. Like, how are you still awake? For us people on the East Coast, we're fine. It's already like almost 9:30, I think. I don't even know the time anymore. But what are your takes on the game? First of all, I've been fired up. I have been fired up since midnight. I went to bed twice. I went to bed at 9, slept till midnight, watched the Team Canada game. Team Canada versus Mexico. I did not realize that I believe every single person on Canada and Mexico's roster played collegiately in the US. I did not know that. I mean, I knew a ton of those players played, like Dallas Escobedo, she played at Arizona State. There's another Mexican player that played Arizona State. Like, I knew that a lot of these players played in the US, but I didn't know that the whole rosters did. Did you guys know that? I think it's crazy cool. But yeah, just on a walk, decompressing my thoughts with my dog about the game, and figured this would be fun to just hang out and talk softball, because softball's my favorite thing in the world, if you guys haven't noticed. Shoot! Still can't believe Team USA lost. I mean, I can't. Here's the deal, I can. Because I knew that they were going to have to show up way more offensively to beat Ueno, who's like, we haven't even talked about her yet. Ueno, the pitcher for Japan, that pitched pretty much every single at bat except for maybe like 2 or 3. She deserved that win. Holy crap. She throws hard and has the nastiest changeup. Like, my dad texted me this morning, and he goes, dude, like, she's not even like really throwing many pitches in the zone. And if you look at it, like, it's true. Like, hitters are going after her. It's not even junk, because it's good pitches. But, like, man, she knew these hitters. She knew how to attack every single one of these hitters, except for Janie Reed, who hit the triple. Like, man, and oh my gosh, we haven't even talked about the Chitty's last at bat. Amanda Chittister's at bat. It was like 1 out, runners at first and second. And Chitty smashes a ball to the third baseman. Like, smashes. Hard line drive. It hit the first baseman's palm. Like, palm. Stayed in the air. Shortstop caught it. And then threw Janie Reed out at second. And if any of you say that that was bad base running, shame on you. That play was literally 1 in a million. Like, that doesn't happen. Like, if you heard Beth Mowins, she's like, we've called games for, oh gosh, I don't want to date them, but I think like 20 years, like, no, maybe not that long, like 15 years, whatever. They've been calling games that long. They've never seen it play like that. So you cannot shame Janie for getting out on that play, because it was a base hit. It got through the third baseman. It just ricocheted off of her and stayed in the air, which is stupid. Like, you just don't see that. So, man, that was a really tough break for Team USA. But then Janie followed it up with that catch that literally, she jumped over the fence to grab the home run. Holy crap. So good. Carden, can't believe there was no replay on that catch deflection at third base in the 6th. Yeah, well, Carden, it never actually hit the ground. They didn't have, and that's another topic, they didn't even have replay at all during the Olympics, which, when you think about it, is pretty insane, right? Like, you would think the highest level of softball would have replay. There were a lot of controversial calls. Strike zones were a little iffy. Like, I didn't see like a lot of good consistency, but you know, it's hard to be an umpire. So, and you cannot blame a loss or win based on an umpire. But Carden, yeah, that play, the ball stayed in the air the whole time, so she was out, which is crazy. But yeah, I really think that the Olympics needed replay. What do you guys think? I think momentums could have shifted a little bit more if there was replay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm watching something go down right now. There's another dog. Here we go. But Carden, how exciting is it? You live in Canada, and Canada won their first ever bronze medal. First ever medal in softball. That's so cool. I need to go back to Danielle Laurie. I did have her on the podcast. I've actually had 5 of the athletes who competed in the Olympics on When the Cleats Come Off podcast. And yes, I'm throwing this promo. My very last episode had all of them, including Jade Hewitt, who is the photographer for Team USA. Had them all on my last episode. And so I had Kat, I had Monica, a couple players that played in prior Olympics and have 2 medals, Caitlin Lowe and Arnold. Caitlin Lowe and Natasha Watley. And then I had Delaney Spalding. Can we just talk about Delaney Spalding's defense for a second? Delaney Spalding makes shortstop look flippin' easy. Flippin' easy. Just the defense in general for Team USA was fire. Like, absolute fire. You know, when Japan went up by a run, it was like literally a swinging bunt. Like, there was nothing the defense could have done there. Pitcher did her job. Like, they just scored a run, and like, you have to score to win anyway. So it really, you know, was not very good luck. But, you know, when you look at Delaney Spalding, I don't know if you guys heard about her journey, but I'm going to talk about it. February of 2020, so the year we were supposed to have the Olympics, she was playing in Clearwater and tore her ACL. Your Team USA shortstop, she tore her ACL, and basically the doctors were like, if you get surgery, you won't be able to compete in the Olympics. Remember, that would have been 2020, not 2021. And so she said, I'm not getting surgery. I'm sticking it out. I'm not getting surgery. But then what happens? COVID hits really hard in March. And then she had to wait to get her surgery because you know, during COVID, like, everybody who had COVID and needed direct assistance, so she couldn't have her surgery right away. And on Cinco de Mayo of 2020, Delaney Spalding, your Team USA shortstop, had her surgery on her ACL and literally had rehab until about November and could not even play until this past December. And did you see the fire plays that she made all weekend? The amount of this has been like a week long, but the amount of doubles that she had for her team, the amount of insane plays on the run. Like, did you see how many balls she charged and threw off of one leg to first? Like, y'all, if you want to take notes on defense, Delaney Spalding is your girl on how to play. She is smooth. Like, when I say, like, she reminds me of Javi Baez, if you don't know, I think you probably know who he is, but the Cubs shortstop, sometimes plays second. His transition of, like, glove to hand is sick, like, smooth, unreal. That's Delaney Spalding. That's your softball version of Javi Baez. Delaney Spalding is all that in a bag of chips, let me tell you. Chris was on me. Hey, Emily, hi. Howard and McKenna. Hey, what's up, guys? I know people are probably like, why the heck are you smiling? Team USA just lost. Because we just saw good softball. We just watched the best softball go down. Did we watch Team USA hit? Not really. But did we watch great defense? Heck yes. Did we watch a dogfight between Japan and Mexico? Yes. They fought every single pitch. They fought, oh my gosh. Like Danielle O'Toole, who pitched for Mexico, they ended up losing. She pitched an amazing game. Like an epic and unreal game. And I hated seeing someone lose that game. I really did. Because they both deserved the bronze medal, but Canada came out with it. Gosh, it was such good softball. There's so much that we can be excited for. Sorry, I don't really know what's happening here. There's so much we could be excited for with this game. Chloe said, honestly, just thankful that young girls have the opportunity to watch Olympic softball because there was never an opportunity for me when I was young where dreams start. Chloe, yes. That's such a good statement. It's so cool to be able to see softball, like, right along with, like, USA Gymnastics, USA Volleyball. Like, it is so cool to be able to see these players who, like, we know are good. Luckily, I mean, I got to watch the Olympics in 2008 and 2004. But again, like, we didn't have the Olympics for 13 years. So having this opportunity to have the Olympics and have young girls, like you said, Chloe, like, have their dreams spark from this, it's so awesome to see. Caitlin said, yay, you're bacon. But she wanted to say back. Caitlin, that made my day. Thank you. Yes, I am back doing a live. I won't be doing many lives. I won't be doing structured lives, but I do want to do more lives. Oh, Arnie doesn't want to go that way. There's construction. Let's go back. He's like, peace out. I don't want the construction. Man, if I go live again, I will probably do it while on a walk because I think there's actual science that says if you walk, your thoughts, they come to you clearer. Like when you move your body, you change your mind, you change your mindset. And man, I needed a walk after this morning's loss. Team USA loss. I needed a walk. But check out my stories to kind of see some of the highlights of like what has happened these past however many hours, 8 hours of softball. I hate that softball is not coming back for the next Olympics. I don't know if you guys knew that. And I said it once, but I'm going to say it again. Softball will not be in the Olympics, in the next Olympics. It just has to do, and don't take it personally, guys, it just has to do with the fact that, you know, the Olympics is a worldwide sport, or worldwide endeavor, and not many other countries love softball like we do. But if we just continue to share our love for the game, and to compete, and to play hard, and to show the world what we've got, and then you, whoever's listening, going after your dreams and goals in the Olympics of playing, that's the best you can do. That's the best you can do. So, I'm getting a call right now. I'm going to decline it. It's actually for a pedicure that I have. I will totally just call them back. But man, like, dreams start here. Dreams start here. Caitlin said you need to do an online class again. Caitlin, yes, I will be doing an online class again this fall. So don't go away. I do want to make this announcement too. So, I don't know if you know this, but I'm actually getting married on Saturday, and I'm bringing this up because I want my first month of my, like, wedding, or I guess married life, to be, like, fun and, like, go on adventures and not have to worry about social media, because sometimes, guys, social media gives me so much anxiety. Like, I cannot tell you how my mental health has changed based on social media. I don't know if you guys have felt the same way. So I'm going to be taking a month off of social, okay? Don't freak out. I will still have things. I will still show up in my stories for you. But when it comes to social media and planning, like, I'm almost burnt out. So, you know, I will say though, if you've liked my content, there is so much more of it on other platforms. So, one, I will be taking also a month off of the podcast, But like, unless you're an OG and like have listened to every episode, you probably haven't listened to every episode. So this month will be a good time to like catch up on episodes, like with Monica Abbott, who was your last pitcher in the game today for Team USA. Kat Osterman was my last guest on the show. Delaney Spalding. Get to know these Olympians, people. Get to know the person behind the softball. Because that's my favorite part, is getting to know how the best think, how the best do, how they grew up in the game, and how their parents helped them achieve their dream of playing in the Olympics. So, tons of episodes there. And my YouTube channel, I can't tell you how many hours of content there is there. There's stuff from base running help. There's stuff from hitting. I have like a million drills on there, and I'm probably just going to upload all of them there. A lot of mental skill stuff. I've actually had one, excuse me, I'm sweating right now. I've had one sports psychologist on the podcast. His interview is also on YouTube. All interviews that I've had on the podcast, except for Sue Enquist, because Sue Enquist didn't want to record it. But shout out to her. Her episode is fire. It's gotten some of the best feedback yet. Those are all those interviews of me and whoever I'm interviewing are on YouTube. Like, you can see me and Kat Osterman talking on YouTube. You can see me and Delaney Spalding talking on YouTube. Hannah Huseman, mental skills coach, talking on YouTube. Sorry. We got a dog fight. Not really a dog fight. Arnie's very passive. We'll walk fast. Oh, hi, cutie. Yeah, so you can find all of these on YouTube. By the way, on Instagram, every Friday, I have either given you a new drill to work on, or a workout, or a warm-up. Like, I've given you so much on Fridays, every Friday for the past, like, X amount of years, maybe 2. So 2 years worth of workouts and drills that you could try. Okay, so I know I won't be here, quote unquote, for a month, but let me enjoy my time. I know some people are probably gonna be upset. I'm gonna be gone for the month, but I'm gonna enjoy this time, this month of wedding and bliss. This is the most expensive day in my life, so I need to soak it in. So you will not see much of me other than the stories. I'll probably still show up there with things like Athletes Unlimited that's coming up. So these are like things that we can look forward to as softball. So I know we talked about Japan softball and how their professional league is like way better than ours. And Gianna just joined this. Gianna just put up this fire, actually 2 videos, talking about the pro league in the US and how it needs to get better. She goes into the real here. But check out Gianna DeSalvatore's stuff, especially on YouTube, because it basically exposes professional softball the way we saw it. She played much longer than I did in the pro league, but we still went through the same stuff. But the good thing is, Athletes Unlimited, like, there's a reason why Kat Osterman is playing in Athletes Unlimited. And yes, her career did not end at the Olympics. She will be competing one more time. And she announced on my podcast, actually she announced on another podcast, but she did say on my podcast that after this Athletes Unlimited season, this is it for her. So she loves Athletes Unlimited. She said after a few weeks of playing in it, she was just like, I was having so much fun, Ashley. She was like, I had so much fun playing for this league. It's much better than the league that her and I both played in prior. So professional softball in the US, it's going up, and because of Athletes Unlimited. So do me and yourself a massive favor and keep following softball. I watched Athletes Unlimited last fall, and I was like, get me on the freaking field. This is so much fun to watch. They structure it so, like, basically, if you get like a home run, that's so many points. If you make a play defensively, that's so many points. Strikeouts are so many points. And they play basically like a point system. The same game. Like, the game does not change. Except I think home runs had so many points that maybe some girls were swinging for the fences more often. But all in all, it was such a fun structure to follow, and literally like the best of the best are playing in it. I think 4 of the 5 teams were represented. 4 of the 5 teams were represented in the Olympics that also played for Team US. Sorry, I just saw something and my mind flipped. 6 this is bad. 6 teams played in the Olympics, and I think maybe 4 of the 6 teams that competed were represented in Athletes Unlimited. So Team Mexico, Canada, US, and Italy. Like, all of those countries were represented in the Athletes Unlimited League. So you can watch some of these players that you just watched in the Olympics play in Athletes Unlimited this fall. And it's in a few weeks, like it's soon. So I think softball's on the up and up, even though I'm so devastated by how the turnout was for Team USA today. I think there's so many great things we can take away from it. And if you're checking this out later, I want to know what your favorite parts were from this series, from all of these games that we got to witness. I think probably my top moment from today was seeing Danielle Laurie close it out for Team Canada. And just the defense that Team USA brought. But I don't know. It was so... I love softball, clearly. And I love where it's going. And I love that we have people like you in it. And don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Softball is on the up and up. I'm going to keep serving you as best as I can to help you become the best player that you can be, the coach that you can be. I'm so inspired by the Olympics. I mean, the last time we got to watch it was 2008, and that's what sparked my vision to want to play at the highest level. And here we are. I've played collegiately, I've played professionally, I've had time of my life. Softball was my identity for a long period of time. I'm still working on it. It shouldn't be my only identity. And so I got a dog to teach me what being a mom is like. Getting married, like there's a lot of things going on, but I think it's going to shift my perspective as a coach, and I'm going to keep showing up for you the best that I can. All right, I've been talking for I don't even know how long, but thanks for hanging out with me. Hi Ryan, hi Softball Mama 4. Hey Coach the B. This was fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. I should do more lives like this, especially when I'm really inspired. Okay, friends, have a great, what day is it at this point? I think it's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. But seriously, is it Tuesday? Okay, yeah, it is. Happy Tuesday. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have fun watching the rest of the Olympics. Like, don't just stop watching because softball's over. Dude, they just announced Simone Biles is not going to be competing in the team events because of an injury. My gosh, there's so much happening. But I think Team USA is good enough to keep winning, especially in gymnastics. I'm going to be following volleyball, beach volleyball I love, but a former Purdue Boilermaker like me, Annie Drews, is competing for Team USA in volleyball, so I'll be watching that. So many other sports to play, or to watch. It's going to be fun, the rest of the Olympics. All right, friends, well, this is my last live for probably a minute, so thanks for hanging out. Love y'all. See you later. Arnie, say bye. Arnie, say bye. Bye. Little turd.